I Mickey ElitoTrex must give follow-up on subject on the 21st, regarding my ex-cousin Jeremy from Xenopolis City, Xenopolia. I was attending to spectate the Hydro Swift Esports and Motorsport concerning Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports. I even had to yell to him that enough is enough, as Hydrox must be treated with respect as with Sorrow, Casper, Bradley and Skittles, as he must have learned to be a gentleman to the squad as with other people as Mark Zarkshaw aka Mark X Cryptor, also Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders, aka Mark Z Cryptor and Corey Z Cryptor, from RDK 3000 TriStar do agree, as with RDK 3000 TriStar volunteers, my friends Mickey Elito Trexstar, Steven Zillatrex, Alex Rexaluni Zolishina, Michael Sinatrin, Mitchell Trex Elito, Mark Kinstrax and Mike Kinders plus Elito Wizard and Princess Omega.
Yes, this is Jeremy gets instant karma, but I Richard Raystar do not expect the punishment to the extreme involving fire in which set pine tree on Fera, and Jeremy's house beside, leading to house fire and mass response to the Xenopolis City Fire Department. Correct, as Ichigo learn, it also set the entire city park on fire as it to be closed and repairs to be done concluding by this summer just in time for the Xenopolian New Year. Anyhow, I and Richard are going to the cinema section to see a movie, regarding a hit movie, being a drama and faith film, Ordinary Angels, rated L-PG and EL-8/13, parental guidance, 8 and over with guidance from 13 and over. Yes, Ichigo, as runtime is close to 2 hours, produced by fellows at Vertigo Entertainment, Stampede Ventures and Kingdom Story Company and distributed by Lionsgate Pictures. It was released in 2 days ago, released by Columbia Pictures on April 26, 2024 in other markets, as it have received generally positive reviews, so positive, that most Elitopian university students are going out for a movie night tonight since there are no classes tomorrow. Correct, Richard, as we to meet the classmates prior to screening.
I heard from Digi Square ElitoZot staff, as I just finished watching the film at the cinema section, for 4:30 screening, the next screening initially to occur at 7 o'clock p.m., gets delayed to 7:30 p.m. due to subject outside regarding new Pokemon Year of PK.Y28 including fireworks and a 6 bell, and such in which will distract the moviegoers.
I Richard do note, as they say they take this seriously and delay the next screening by half hour, in which is enough time for us and classmates to head to Zap Neon Laser Attack, for some laser tag recently opened earlier this month.
I have not checked it out ever.
You should have, it's just toward area to Esports Arena section and Elito NYE section, take the stairs to Trex Water Park and follow arrows to laser tag area. Anyhow, we better get going, see ya around, Mickey.
Have a nice evening, Ichigo and Richard, as I to chat with you on messaging later on.
You too, Mickey Elito Trex.
Anyhow, I must note subject on February 28, 2024 toward 2 o'clock p.m. to be Happy New LeapKan KB.P18, 2024, EY 1024, then 24 hours after that, to be HNM Kanbor Finan KB.P19 and 3rd anniversary of the Kanbordian calendar reform and switch from month and weekday names based on Pokemon to the one based in the Kanbordian 7 regarding 7 shows of Kanbordi in KB.P16, or 2021, EY 1021. This is on the 1st of March 2024 at 7 p.m. to be HNM Elito and TD Gamma EY 1024 and TDE 2001 and 5 hours after HNM Kanbor Finan, HNM Trex Alpha Trerix TX.Y24. No wonder most TV networks and some radio stations carry the subject. This is the station. EL-XYZ-TV, Channel 7, ETBC affiliation, ETBC World News Tonight, with David Zuier airing at this time. This is that also EL-ELIV-TV Local 4, ELBC affiliation, ELBC Nightly News with Jester Bolt, and EL-EJBK-TV Channel 2, Docs affiliation, Docs 2 News 6 o'clock, also Local 4 News and 7 Action News prior hand, also Elito News 24 Deckmill 24 Elitopian Hours, and Jinx 24, Jinx News 6 o'clock, all reporting on the same subject. New Pokemon Year of PK.Y28 in Master and Universal Time Method at 7 o'clock p.m. at top of the hour. Even Vero's VWGT and RDK 3000 TriStar TV under RDK Countdown watch coverage too. This is I am manually tuning this TV to RDK TV as other one remains on Vero. This as I check the time, nearly 6:45 as the countdown sequence to kick off imminently. This followed by the 10 cron countdown sequence at 6:45 p.m. and 36.0 seconds at start of Choi 99 toward final Choi to the subject at 7 o'clock p.m. 00.0 EMT and 0000 TRX. Oh my god. That must be the gamer horn. This is I must check the TV for subject while I check my phone and PocketMate.
6:45 p.m. Elite City with 15 minutes on the clock to the Pokemon New Year of PK.Y28. This is I check on the esports match details. Elite City Cryptors, taking on against Digi Blitz Esports, competing in video game, Los Eaton Bomness. With Pokemon Addon Pack theme mounted developed by sponsor. They compete in best of 7, first to 4. Match start to occur at top of the hour. Esports gamers and roster of ECR and DRBE heard of it first since 6:36 but haven't told us and the media until 6:45. This is confirmed a special sponsored match from ZGR and Z Fuel. Name, ZGR, Z Fuel, Pika Kip CG Sports Gamer Battle, 2024, EY1024. I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor once again. We have an esports alert to pass to you. Elite City Cryptors takes on Digi Blitz Esports, in a special sponsored match from ZGR and Z Fuel, named, ZGR, Z Fuel, Pika Kip CG Sports Gamer Battle, 2024, EY1024. TX.Y24, competing at DG Square ElitoSat, to be joined with 4 others.
This is we learn on 4 others. Cloud Deck vs Alptronic City Shock at Digitron in Alptronic City, Alptronic Republic. Xenopolis City Quartz vs Ultimate City Ultras at Digi Zenith Xenozot in Xenopolis City. Xenopolia, Kanbordi City Fusion takes on Pearl City Emerald Sigmas at Digi KAN7 Kanborzot in Kanbordi City. Kanbor Metro, Kanbordi Republic and Iontopolis Bionics vs Trex City Trexies at Digi Trex in Trex City, Trexland.
They all to compete in 5 gamer battle esports matches in best of 7 in Blas Eaton Bomness to occur at the top of the hour, metric, octal, and standard at 1900 hours RDK ELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, 10 o'clock Deci, Dec o'clock sign, 000 KTS, Ocho, and Minoc 0 SOT/TDOT. 1800 hours Xenopolis City, 0500 KBTS and 205 KBTS.
This in ZGR, Z Fuel, Pika Kip Siege Esports Gamer Battle, 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24, KB.P19, KB.SDY Grove 2Z9, Niatricon 1000.4, TDE 2001 with Kanbor Games, Tronix Games, Emolga Tech GR, and other sponsors in Kanbordian and Tronic Diamond Union co-sponsoring, as it to occur at the Pokemon New Year. For coverage of the esports matches, please refer to the sidebar to the left and on the RDK 3000 TriStar RDK ticker below. However, must verbally tell you one of it, Vero Television, ECR and DRBE, as this results in code B. GR as we must pass you an important and high priority programming alert. Tonight's episode of VWG2N needed to be cut short over the subject as Vero Television is simulcasting ElitoGRESP on ECR and DRBE match as VWG2N hosts are being reassigned to cover the esports match for ElitoGRESP as they get sent to esports arena section of DGSELZ.
This is tonight's episode of VWG2N Extra on Vero Plus to be preempted to cover the 4 other matches through ElitoGRESP digital streaming and interactive channel as the hosts to be back for tomorrow's show. Scott, is the celebrations of the new Pokeyear on the DVR? Yes, Trexrex, DVR record action is active. Now, Robert B. from Trex City, at Digi Trex, make sure you grab out your pocket mate, phone or tablet and start watching the live stream of DRBE and ECR Esports match while spectating the IBO and TXE Esports match in person. I have my radio tuned to ElitoGR ESP 100.7 on it, Trexrex from Elite City, Elitopia. Okay, Robert B. Is DVR active on new Pokeyear? Yes, but DVR stop at 1902 because of DVR that is armed to their esports match to record starting at 1903. Good. Make sure to record the ECR and DRBE. More than that, 6 others, 2 from Taxico. Taxico Winter Esports Semis 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24? Yes.
This as I check the in-car clock in my watch, 1:54 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon. This means 23:54 kbts on 28th of Finan KB.P19, or February 28, 2024. This is I to switch source to Bluetooth and wake my pocketmate, as it's already in TV mode tuned to Vero as I wonder VWGT to mention on LeapKan. I am already aware of Esports, Tortita City Juego Olas on a tour, starting in Kanbordi City, I mean Alftronic City first, as I do not expect them to arrive in Alftronic City first. They take on with Opponet, Alftronic City Shock at .800, 2:12 p.m.
The esports teams to compete in best of 5 in Dozig of Onitgens 2, coverage on ElitoGRESP, kicking of at 800 Kia Trokons, 2:12 p.m. Elite City. I am Ray Blake from ElitoGRESP reporting from VWGT as we hand off back to the trios.
That was Raymond Blake from ElitoGRESP at the G-Square ElitoZit covering the viewing party.
It's not only the event to occur next hour, there's one other event to debut. But this to occur just 12 minutes prior to esports match gamer battle. As this has nothing to do with esports and gaming but subject unrelated. Guess which music is playing in the audio?
This being the music to the countdown to the happy new month Kanbordi as it's getting close to 12 midnight in Kanbordi City, but this is not HNM as its subject in relation to LeapKan 2024, EY 1024, KB.P19, to kick off at 2 o'clock p.m. Elite City and midnight KBTS.
Yes! This as we showcase what's going on at RDKTV as there's a flashback archive, as the channel had to end this hour's edition of VWGT in the middle of report of a sports match CS and TCGO to feature the flashback from the past 4 years from CanborNet.
We to VWGT cast this as we to wrap up this hour for VWGT, as we to be back after 2. However, in an event the VWGT cast goes beyond 2 and we're not back to cover hour 2. Mark E. Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor to deliver VWGT status updates, and if today's episode gets axed or in pause, Vero to Asylum cast RDKTSR Blitz. If that is the case, we to say goodbye as we to see you tomorrow due to Aussie Rules football on Vero this evening. This is, Egad. Seriously?
Damn! We must head to the G-Square ElitoZit.
In fact, we have to say goodbye as we see you tomorrow.
This is a Vero television programming alert. Today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today needs to prematurely end. Today's VWGT Extra, and tonight's VWG2N and VWG2N Extra needs to be preempted. Information to be presented via slides as we also the fellows at RDK 3000 TriStar learn of this as they to provide the reason in our behalf to show via slides.
This is an RDK 3000 TriStar TV service programming alert. I am Mark Z. Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor, doing the continuity. We have since learned from Vero that today's episode of VWGT needs to be cut short as the VWGT hosts are being reassigned to cover esports on ElitoGRESP with Xylem cast on Vero Plus, as per our request. This is today's episode of VWGT Extra on Vero Plus to be preempted for ACS and TCJO at Digitron in Altronic City to start 800 Kia Trokons. 1412 RDKELC. I will continue after closing items.
VWGT is a presentation of Vero Television, CR 2024, EY 1024. A subdivision of Patter ZDZ Trinity, a division of ElitoTronics Telemedia. Produced in association with ElitoTronics Telemedia. Secondary distribution for Trex Vision 4 TRC by Trex Media Corp Trex City. Distributed by RDK 3000 TriStar Television Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar. CR 2024, EY 1024, all rights reserved.
I am Mark Z. Cryptor once again, this while RDKTSR Blitz to air on Vero and Xylem cast due to special feature in today's show concerning Aussie Rules Football Core Hota P and Hugh Exatex style this evening, as tonight's VWG2N and VWG2N Extra to be preempted as per request by Jinx and Elito Sports to Xylem cast this as it to start at 5 AM Silver City, 7 AM Hex City, 1900 hours RDKELC, quad zeros with live reports from our correspondents as with the affiliates. As Hex City Hexies and Silver City Shock to compete at Hex Dome in Hex City, Hex Tapalia.
It's a good thing my DVR is tuned for EWE Smack Raw on Elito Sports 360 at 7 this evening, as another DVR is in progress for Kanbor Net 1, then switch to Elito GRESP at 2:05 on Elito Cable, as it's nearing 2 o'clock, as I to put this in audio only very soon, as I to drive to Elito Mall to the EV charging station to charge the PHEV battery to top it off, as I am down to 60% state of charge, 150 kina nitros, 60 kilometers left, but plenty of fuel while I shop. Good for 1040 kilometers, or 2600 kilonitros, as it's a bi-fuel car, as it runs on gasoline or ethanol, as I fill with E100 also hydrogen fuel. 5/6 full on E100, 7/8 full on H2. This as it's nearing 2 o'clock, 79.1 EMT, 1900 TRX, midnight KBTS into the LeapKan for KB.P19, 2024, HalfYear EY 1024. This is I to put the waste in the bin regarding the tray, bag and things for my lunch, as I went to Chicken Hut for a late lunch. This is I to watch then listen to the news, as I to tune the PocketMate in TV mode to RDK 3000 TriStar television service, then tune car radio and my pocket radio to radio station for the audio Silimcast, as I to listen to RDK 3000 TriStar today, especially the sporting event my friend Scott Smith to spectate, as he departed Silver City, Corgitopia hours ago, as he's at Hex City, Hextopolia at this time. This is second DVR at another room at my house, for RDKTSR Blitz, have the DVR recording process started as I learn. This is I am excited for the dual HNM tomorrow at 2.
This is RDK 3000 TriStar today. I am Chris K. Crypter.
And I am Mark E. Crypter, broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia.
We are powered up always. Always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more. The latest at this hour.
This is I to put the PocketMate into car mode, as the screen to change to driver information uplink to my car, as it's set up to show secondary gauges, as I to put this in drive, although some of the snow has since melted, as temperatures rise to 2 degrees Celsius, as it to rise to 4 degrees Celsius this afternoon, rising to 14 degrees Celsius for the final day of the month, as it to balmy out to start, with rain in the afternoon and quite breezy then for start of March, chilly 8 degrees Celsius with rain but lighter intensity. This as once I powerslide drift in the snow, I had to put on my helmet and pads as I do it at area to the south of Elite City. This as once I was in a race at Zen Speedway with Mitchell Trex Elito yesterday. In the initial laps, it was good, but then wind was picking up fast and rain came down hard as it was thundering, as race director told me to head off the track and seek shelter in the garage due to lightning danger. This as lightning alarm horns was blaring across the speedway. Mitchell Trex Elito also took refuge at another garage unit beside.
We would like to welcome to the viewers at Vero Television in the Silimcast, as we have an important, high priority and serious programming alert off the top. Today's episode of VWGT needed to prematurely end, and VWGT Extra is being pre-emptied on Vero Plus.
This is the VWGT hosts Mel K, Robert J, and Mark JP gets reassigned by Elito GRESP to cover the esports match, as the substitute hosts are unavailable, this being the esports match Altronic City Shock taking on Tordita City Jugolas to begin at 800 KTS or 1412 RDKELC. As they Asylum cast game day live today on Vero, however we requested Vero and Elito GRESP Asylum cast that on the streaming channel Vero Plus because of feature on this show, as we learn also the fellows at Vero not long ago from Jinx Television in Elito Sports of sporting event.
One if it being the Corgitopian Huigzatexian Aussie rules football match, thus Jinx and Elito Sports requests Vero to Silimcast the sporting event. This means tonight's episode of VWG2N and VWG2N Extra is being pre-emptied for the sporting event from Hex City, Hextopolia. This as Hex City Hexies take on Silver City Shock at Hex Dome to occur at 0700 Hex City, Mudkip City and Kiplion Urshan, 0500 SBC, CJP, KBTS, and 1900 RDKELC, 00.0 EMT, 0000 TRX, 0 Kiatrokans. This as we partner up with ElitoTronics Telemedia, CJNet Media Corp in Silver City, Corgitopia, Kip Hex 24 from Mudclip City, Kiplion Urshan and the Huexitex Bureau in Hex City, Hextopolia and HX Media with the feature in the second hour of RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz in the special extended edition next hour.
This also the other feature Gun Leap, as it occurred in past moments as we feature that later on this hour.
Mark X Cryptor, why a 30-minute race, ending at 12:30 p.m. and not a 1 or 2 hour race?
We do not want Hydrox to get his diaper soiled during the physical race, as there were 3 instances of it during the virtual counterpart in esports in Virtual Motorsport Hydro Swift 3-hour E-Pre back on February 21st, 2024. I have the bag for the resources beside, also raincoat for Hydrox in case weather turns foul as there's a chance of rain as rain showers for the early afternoon. If it gets heavy enough if it occur during the race before 12:30, the race to be called off and the person who leads is to be declared winner. Mute the mic on the very... For some reason, the microphone is muted. Whoa, reaction by the guest correspondent. Must be the Herobrine Minecrafty game chap mayhem playing at the loudspeakers, but thank God for the mute. However, we are determining if the VWGT field producers or cameraman or some fellow muted the television camera microphone and / or microphone unit worn on the guest correspondent. However, we still have contact with him, as he should have listened to what we say. This occurring starting at the triple elifs on the duodecimal countdown, this as we learn, to the upcoming Happy New Month Kanbordi and Dual Mode Standard of Finan KB.P19 and KanborSpinel of Trace Mice KB.SDY Grove 2 or 177 to occur at top of the hour at 2 o'clock PM Elite City, Midnight KBTS.
This as the mayhem subject is annoying, however we just learned, it has been stopped, as the mic is unmuted, as we join him once again.
That douchebag, good thing Digi Square ElitoNet security caught the person responsible, as he to be escorted out, as the media storage containing the audio to be ejected from the stereo system for the esports arena section, as the medium gets seized then gets wiped and formatted if USB thumb drive, or if CD, label part to be destroyed then physically snapped in half. Continuing what I left off, there's a LAN party that gets held today and amateurs, esports players and hardcore gamers come for the LAN party anyhow. The music gets playing at 1:30 PM Elite City, that is in fact not the countdown music to the subject Kanbordi related at the top of the hour, hence the countdown on the top right on Vero, bottom on RDKTV, top left on Trexvision 4. And that is not the subject in relation to Tortita City Duego Olis versus another Alftropnican-based esports team, i.e. CloudDeck, as CloudDeck already competed with TCJO earlier in the day, at top of Mitri hour 6, 9:24 AM Elite City, resulting in 3-1 win for CloudDeck, in best of 5 in League of Legends ending before 1 o'clock PM Elite City and half past Mitri hour 7. However, for subject here, it is uncertain as we got told, to occur at 2 o'clock PM Elite City. Subject in relation to Kanbor HNM is questionable. The banners for ZGR and ZFuel is not raised at this present, as we must note there are no gaming events hosted outside Elite City and outside ElitoPia and across Tronic D among Union and Kanbordi, Kanbor World Zone, Webchester, Neonica, Trexland, and across Hanatola, Takiko and elsewhere within this hour, or in the next hour toward remainder of the day. This to be subject here at Digi Square ElitoNet. This as we learn, esports match cannot yet be ruled. She is so
the lady,
Jeepers creepers.
Oh my God.
Sexy, just like the lady I first met her in
Thank God for the object blocking the fellow, as we learn, she went topless. This as the security must have been. Steve, don't say it, don't say it, no, microphone is muted once again. This as we do not want the lewd remark on the air.
The object blocking the female breasts is a handheld computer device, being the C-Tech Pocket made with notes app stating message handwritten, "The lady is too hot for television."
Yes! This is nudity on air is not allowed as per Elitopian Intronic Diamond Broadcast Law as with Code of Conduct of Elitotronics Telemedia, and the affiliates covering this. RDK 3000 TriStar and Trix Media, as Trix Media just terminated the Salemcast for Trix Vision 4 and Trix City in response and cuts 10 credit, closing ident and clock ident. We just learned, she and the guest correspondent is just now off camera. The mic is now unmuted. Who done action to prevent what we call unnecessary faults?
It is me, Mark Zaniels, Mark Z Cryptor, Raptor with Corey Zanders, Corey Z Cryptor, Raptor from RDK 3000 TriStar, as we knew this would have occurred as we take action to prevent subjects to air on Vero and RDK TV. Yes, and Trex Vision 4, as I Corey learned, this also unlawful in Trex land as well, since it's part Robla run. The station and facility as with other networks under Trex Media would have gone oof and the faculty terminated, and most alarming to me, Rock 96 permanently off the air if it shows uncensored. Just heard from Trexer via messaging, he has relived that the subjects was not shown on air. Guest correspondent Steve Stanzi, he is completely naked, as with the female as the duos are having sex. Female named Kate forced Steve to have sex off camera, as I Mark learned, Kate took off all of Steve's clothes and go bananas, as we will fill in for Steve. This as Steve said earlier, on the music playing at 13:30, we must hand off to Mark E. Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RDE.
I am Chris K. Cryptor over at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline Studio RDE. Over at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, ElitoPia. We have to request ElitoTronics Telemedia and Vero to take over, as we got requested from Trex Media from Trex City, Trexland to RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, ElitoPia to take over for the remainder of the afternoon in response to Code T and Code TE, as we must have to pass you a programming alert. As per request to ElitoTronics Telemedia and Vero, today's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Today must have to end. However, VWGT Plus will carry over the subject what they left off as it to air at 1340 RDKELC on ElitoGR News 24 Dec Mil. RDKGR 2 and on streaming channel Vero Plus with the same hosts, Mel K, Robert James and Mark J. Phelps, as we told them to carry it over to VWGT Extra as they agree on this. However, the hosts to be back for tonight's episode of VWG2N. For those on Vero, we hand off to the fellows from Chronos until RDKTSR Blitz start, and for those on RDK 3000 TriStar television service, we hand off to Elito News 24 Dec Mil. RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz to start before 1400 RDKELC, as we go in RDK Countdown Watch Mode before 1345 for HNM Kanbor Dual Mode.
No wonder Steve Stanzi gets permanently banned from Digi Square ElitoATV, and fired by EL-ELIV-TV management. The force of the kick was unjust, as it harmed Steve. Flying into Alpha River nearly missed Elito Fury, as the fellow who did action to physically kick him out is fired for use of excessive force causing bodily harm, although the management of the TV station acted in a civil manner. The female who was gonna face same action but was already handcuffed by police as officers was dealing with her.
Yes, this being my ex-girlfriend. If you have VWGT recording on your DVR, grab out your phone, open said app and stop DVR playback on channel 6 or channel 5 immediately, otherwise you could end up recording as I guess to be potentially be some esports, or on channel 5, RDKTV. RDK Countdown watch for HNM Kanbor then RDKTSR Blitz Edition. The show episode is terminated as per request from distributor who alerted RDK 3000 TriStar forwarded to ElitoTronics Telemedia, as per request after Indency exposure incident, but scene was obstructed by Raptor's Pocket Mate with message handwritten on app. Now Vero is simulcasting ElitoGR initially to Silumcast Chronos before RDKTSR Blitz start.
The DVR recording is in progress on channel 5, RDKTV. But recording is being extended to 4 p.m. for RDKTSR Blitz, also Silumcast of—
Hold on. It's important and urgent.
A tornado emergency is in effect until 1:30 Canonian, 0:30 kbts for extreme eastern part of Canonian, east of Kyoan City, on the Doppler radar by Kanbor Weather Force. A strong tornado, a wedge-wide powerful EF5, is on the ground and moving east to some towns in the affected area. Personnel in the area must seek immediate shelter, as the tornado sirens are blaring over there. The storm is moving east parallel to Kanbor's southern coast, but to remain offshore as a special marine warning is in effect for the overnight hours in KBT time. The MSE has downgraded the rainfall warning level 1 to rainfall advisory for Elite City Metro and surrounding areas in Central East ElitoPia, now effective until 2:15 p.m. Elite City. On the MSE Doppler radar, the intensity of the rainfall has been decreased somewhat. Latest forecasts state up to 30 mm per hour rainfall rate, Wind gusts to 50 to 60 km per hour as expected in the gusty rain showers. Similar alerts by TXBOM, VZD and TDWF gets revised to lower degree of alert in nearby Blitzdinozenia and Trexland.
Good thing it's been downgraded to rainfall advisory soon enough. Although the tornado, it's from the MCS, squall, and supercell all in one in the hyperstorm, as you should note the developments from 27th and 28th.
Who are you?
Stefan S. Cryptor, Stefan Stanzi, as I work at RDK 3000 TriStar, but I am on break. No wonder my ex-girlfriend took it to the extreme to my cousin Steve, starting on the XXX on the duodecimal countdown to the HNM Kanbor D.
How old are you and where were you born, and where do you reside?
I am 30, I was born in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia in January 1994 or Alpha EY0994. I currently live in the city's west side since the day I was born, but moved within the sector in February 2024, Beta EY1024 just in the past 2 weeks on February 15th, 2024 or Beta 16, EY1024 on a Thursday or Fridays. I live next to Mark X Cryptor's house, in which he's your brother. However, my colleague Mark X Cryptor is in his office at the main HQ in the phone call to RDK Canyonian on Canyonian Tornado. He already notified his cousin Rex X Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbor D Unit Division on the Tornado and HNM Kanbor D since 1330 Elite City, 2330 KB. Excuse me, I gotta listen to his bro Robert Zarkers have to say.
This must be my and Mark's other cousin, Con 2000.
Yes, however I need you to be quiet for a minute or two. Max Zarkshaw.
Okay, Stefan.
This is, wow. I must share you word from my friend and KSF teammate Joseph Kanders. His cousin DRBE Richard Kanders told him me in messaging, expect the GR-BE announcement at 2345 kbts, as I heard from Kanbor D City Fusion on subject in Elite City, Federal District, Eltapolis. At DG Square Eltazid, with subject at midnight kbts. Make that 23:45 and 36 seconds, at 9:46 or 9:54 kbdt and 0 binals being 13:45 and 36 ELS.
23:45 kbts and 36, and 9:46 kbdt and 0 within 6 dozy, 72 dozen banals, 6 dozenals, 10 crons, to the gaming event at the Kanbor Happy New Month in dual mode? The announcement would have come in the next 11 to deck, 10 dozen banals, so take note of that. Elitopian viewers, that is 13:45 and 36 ELS. Rex X Cryptor, what now? Yeesh.
I am Rex X Cryptor, Rikikan, from RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbor D Unit Division. Since the show KBELEX gets airing on KB News 24 Deck and Elito News 24 Deck Mill as RDK TV ELS and KBS are simulcasting this, for RDK TV viewers, we must need to hand off to Marky and Zaker right away. I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RDE. We also at RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline learn of announcement at 13:45 RDK ELC and 36 seconds to be potentially sports match, but could be other subject, as subject Rex X Cryptor's brother Robert Zarkers said has toggled pre-alarm for CodeGR.
However, we must show live pics of Elito NYE Central of Digi Square ElitoZot. 15-minute countdown sequence to kick off for the HNM Kanbor D, followed by one Choi countdown. This as it's nearing 23:45 kbts and 13:45 RDKELC. Pre-alarm. ZGR and Z Fuel banners are being raised at the 15-minute Elito NYE Central countdown kickoff.
Lights and screens are turned on at gamer battle stations at Esports Arena section of DGSELZ. Walls surrounding it are being lowered.
Pre-alarm stage 2. Raymond Blake said on Elito GRESP, Game Day Live Today slated to air inbound.
This is the Choi countdown sequence to kick off at Elito NYE Central. For the
Yikes.
Happy New Month Kanbor D and Duo Mode. Finn and KBP19 and Trace Mice again. Oh my god. Gamer Horn.
ESP is also active.
I knew it. 92 LKBDT, meaning 2300 hours KBTS. This is the esports match share is just an hour away, outside Kanbordian, Takarich Wigol is taking on against DRBE at DG Square Eltazit in Elite City, Elta Polys with Watt share party here in Kanbor D City at DG Can 7 Kanborzat. It to occur at midnight. This translating to 1400 hours ELS, although I have other plans, as TSJO to head to Kanbor D City later on in the week as I to be heading home after talking to my friends at Kanbor Mall. Who's the horn coming from? Rikikan. Oh. Rex X Cryptor from RDK Can, what is up? I am heading back to RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbor D Unit Division Center headquarters after stopping at KB 784 HQ, anyhow I had to honk to get you attention, as I need you to head to RDK Gone ASAP, Robert, in fact, follow my car. Okay, Rikikan, however for what? I to give the following to you once we head there.
I am Crystal Starblocks at 8 Eyewitness News Center in Cryptor City. We want to take you live shots of the participating areas, the Asylum Cast, from ElitoNews 24 International Robloxia. This is we are down to final minute to New Sigma Year and Corgitopian New Year and Year of various systems. This is my relative Mark Starblocks is counting down in various systems. Let's listen in.
41, 40, 3, 3x, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32. In ElitoDozenal, Trayer on Ala, Biadizo, Biadco, Bianubi, Biosai, Biasepta, Biasinksa, Biasinkra, Biacordia, Biatrira, Biavia, Biata, Bianila, Unadizo, Unadco, Unanubi, in Elitish, Tunulo, Prinona, Priocta, Prihepta, Prihexa, Propenta, Priquatro, Pritrio, Insplix, Occhi Quadio, Occhi Trio, Occhi Duo, Occhi Uno, Octo, Septo, Cineo, Cinquio, Quadio, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Sigma Year. Sigma Year 1. 300 Sigmas. Happy New Korhadakian Metric and Solar Year. Happy New Korhadakian Long and Short Yard. 0985 CJP. CMY 360. Short Yard 1200. Long Yard 300.
I am Crystal Starblocks once again. This is we give best wishes from all at RKZYTV Channel 8, a Roblo TV affiliation, to those celebrating a new CJP year and year, plus Sigma year this as fireworks are going off in numerous areas outside of Robloxian Federation, including Elite City, Elitopia, Kanbor D City and Silver City Corgitopia just to name example. Also here in Cryptor City, but the Skycam is unavailable due to scheduled network maintenance, and other areas in Robloxia, including Greenville, Pacifico, even word from Pinewood Media. Also at Pinewood Computer Core with fireworks inside the core. Pinewood Security dispatched to halt it due to safety concerns and being easy target for the Mayhem Syndicate to raid.
That douche a bag. Today's VWGT episode must have to cut short. The substitute hosts has done something illegal and used effects to the extreme. It results in immediate commercial break on Elito Money when the show closing bell starts to air. And Kanbor Elito Express on Elito News 24, Deck Mill to be preempted at last minute. Stephen Elito Kanborda also over celebrates as Elito News 24, Deck Mill Silum cast Elito Money's closing bell, but closing bell won't air until 3:05 p.m. Elite City. This before second anniversary of Sigma Year 1, 300 Sigmas before epic change later on in 2022, EY 1022. Also the new year audio was so loud, it sets intruder alarm. However Elitotronics telemedia management, as I learn, is calling Elite City Police and Alarm Corp on false alarm. Since you cut to RDKTV Silum cast, it needs to remain on that until Vero News 5 o'clock.
Okay. As the supervisor has suspended the substitute hosts, as I to let RDKTV producers know. Due to the nature of the incident and resulting mess in which yields extensive cleanup, VWG2N episode for tonight may need to be cancelled.
Gosh, we would have go back to the coverage of event, Roblox The Hunt, on VWGT after 3:03 p.m., in which the coverage gets axed due to the incident. As with the show.
This is we focus on week of March 18th to 24th, at 3:06 UTC on the 20th being the vernal equinox, in which occurs on the 19th at 23:06 RDK, 11:06 PM Elite City, as it to be the Persian New Year aka Nowruz to be year 1403 SH on the solar Hijri calendar, also new zodiac year. This means it to be half-year fest for the Kudo Pak Union, in which festival kicks off on 19th across Kaysar, Ultimo-Jinxies, and Jinxtapalia. Notable dates: Kaysarian half-year on 24th, and Jinxtapalian counterpart on 25th. Ultimo-Jinxies counterpart to occur on 25th also, as it is closest to Jinxtapalian and Kaysarian counterpart. Pacifican counterpart to be celebrated on the day of the equinox based on universal time, factored to local time, to be 20th, to mark half-time of 683 Kudo era, in which also starts Spring Festival in Korhadapia, leading to Korhadapian New Year on April 4th. 2024 for year 987 CJE. Also the Kiplion Duodecimal year of KLY.DZ to gross 7 to 8, 380 in base 10 is Korhadapians and Kiplionans to be celebrating. Since the Kiplion Duodecimal year to occur midnight Kiplion Kingdom, meaning 11 o'clock p.m., 2300 hours Silver City and KBTS, there to epic fireworks in Silver City, Korhadapia and KBE 224 and Kiplion Kingdom and KBE 227 on April 4th, April 3rd in Kanbor D, Gonalito, Swaftapia, and Korhadapia westward. Alongside midnight fireworks show in Silver City and across Korhadapia 60 minutes later for 987 CJE, although it's celebrated across Korhadapia, also in Altronic and Omni Republics in Altronic City and Omni Star, but at 800 Kiotrokans, 12:12 AM SVC. It is not celebrated up north in Kanbor D. The events results in reschedule of esports tournaments, Elitopian League of Gaming, Game Jam Esports Mania Suki 2024, EY1024, as with the Tronic Diamond Esports Association Esports Gamer Battle Tronix 2024. As the Elito counterpart to start on 21st at 3 p.m. Elite City between Elite City Cryptors and Digi Trex Esports. Alphas on 26th at 750 KTS, 1800 hours UTC and Bravos on throughout the day on 22nd. With Webchesterian counterpart on 21st at 3 p.m. Webchesterfield being opening match between Tofalo Dynasty and Oxbridge Rangers. Once clock strikes 8 p.m. Elite City on March 19th. 2024, 00.0 EMT and 0000 TRX on Gamma 19, EY1024. Fireworks fly for the new Zodiac year, however comes with special sponsored esports match from Z-Fuel and ZGR, with announcement at 7:45 p.m., being Z-Fuel ZGR Esports Gamer Battle Spring Star Siege 2024, EY1024. Who's the esports teams competing? What? ECR and DRBE is supposed to compete on 21st, competing for special sponsored match for Z-Fuel and ZGR? Yeesh. Later on in the match, the representatives for ELG Game Jam declared that the first match, however, Tronic Diamond counterpart to kick off at usual time. This as ECR takes on DRBE best of 7 encounter Blitz Striker, as it ends in a DRBE win, 4-3. On said hour when the esports match kicks off, the SpringFest kicks off at RDK in Kanbor D City with Rikikan's crew, but only dance music and no ball drop, no NYE, and no fireworks, as RDKTR in Altronic City also pitched in with Tronix's crew. Original plan was for Rikigan's crew to depart Kanbor D City to Altronic City on 25th in KBTS, as Raymond Z. Cryptor from RDK Webchesterfield to be arriving to Altronic City, with Daniel S. Cryptor Thursday 21st after midday Webchesterfield time. Ends up arriving earlier than expected on 20th as they learn that Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports to compete against Ionic Neo as Cloud Deck takes on Altronic City Shock. As the Spring Festival gets to be moved to the RDK main HQ, but the RDK bunch, as I call, is to return back to respective locations in early April before the Korhatapian New Year. They depart at 625 Kiatrokins 1500 hours UTC, 11 o'clock AM Elite City on March 20th. 2024 and arrive in the afternoon as the Spring Fest kicks off in Elite City. Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports shuts out Ionic Neo 4-2, Cloud Deck shuts out Altronic City Shock 4-3, Hex City Heretics shuts out Xenopolis City Quartz 4-0, Ultimate City Ultras shut out Silver City Blitz 4-1, Tofalo Dynasty shut out Oxbridge Rangers 4-1. All taking place during other esports event we will explain, make that too as we showcase that soon. For those concerning the voice, I do explain in a bit. However, I must note some event once my cousin in Elite City was driving past Canbertronix Street on the 21st, when he note sign as he slam on the brakes. And noted subject at Omega Costa concerning the subject being the esports match subject unrelated to ELGGJ and TDESPA, occurring at 4:30 in the afternoon, then the scene on the 22nd, just 60 minutes to the subject, ends up to this scene as the cops, even the ambulance gets called in. As the fellows were being rowdy, upset on opponent's win, as Omega Costa needs to close and won't open until early April as they were rooting on the Heretics, as we show the scene from the 23rd. From Robert Zylastar as I am Trexer, Rex Z Cryptor, from RDK 3000 TriStar RB Trex and R8664 Studios Trex from Trex City, Trexland, as we showcase the two other esports events via duct text slides. This is Robloxians get into the game in the Roblox Hunt, 2024, TX.Y24. EY1024. However, we at RDK Trex hosts the Trexers Hunt 2024, TX.Y24, EY1024 as Roblox Ian's hunt for the items for reward across Roblox experiences, the Trex Friends, Trexies, and Xylostars, also the Zenpok, and Trex Tuners hunt for the Trex items across S-Libments across Trex City, Trex Land and Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia without involvement of RDK 3000 TriStar Fellows at the main HQ in Elite City, as I heard from Stefan AT Cryptor of RDKATR of the Trex item at DG Square ElitoSat, I told him, halt. Don't pick up the item, as Scott Elito Startup grabbed the item being a clothing item, new jacket as it fits him well. As Kaysarians celebrate the half year at 1600 hours Kaysar, 2000 hours RDK, ELC, TRC is with fellows in Altronic City and Omnistar, even here in Trex City as I set off the fireworks at the new Trex Day evening on 23rd. However, but not in Elite City as DELCA said no to it. This is in Elimination Round 3. Subliners shut out Royal Ravens 3-0 as there was viewing party in Kaysar City as new esports team gets launched in TDESPA Bravo Zone, replacing Kaysar City Eternal, to Kaysar City Subliners. This is its 1400 hours TRC, meaning 2300 hours KBTS on eve of the Ultimo-Jinxies and Kaysarian HalfYear, meaning final hour to HNM Kanbor SpinelCountdown of 4th Mesa of KB.SDY129 or 177 as I to load the CDs including the Trexers Hunt music CD, but that CD to be played later on in the hour. This is I Trexer am excited on the happy new month on Kanbor and Spinelian duodecimal calendar as I to start video call with Kanbor 784 in Kanbor D City, also Kin 2000, plus Rikikin who's visiting Elite City.
Correct, Trexer, as we are 25 Monaros, or Dozinals, 2 Dozy 1 in duodecimal, 60 minutes toward the subject at 1500, as you only sound the Trex siren, although at the Kanbor HNM Spinel Dozy, the I-Phase take on Optic Longhorns in Esports in Call of Duty League 2024 Major 2 Tournament Upper Bracket Final, as the Subliners and Ultra compete since the past hour in Lower Bracket Round 4. Then in Round 5, the Elimination Final, winner of Lower Bracket Round 4 takes on loser of Upper Bracket Final at 16:30.
What? Phase and Optics at stroke of HNM Kanbor Spinel Dozakel? Esports gamer battle when fireworks fly in Kanbor D City and at the Trex siren?
Yes, as I note you loaded the CDs for the countdown music, Trex, Kanbor, Tronic, plus the celebration music and audio, also the Trexers Hunt CD, as I may need to borrow your CD, the Esports Gamer Battle Trex Music CD to play for the subject at 1500 since you follow the Optic and Phase very closely.
Sure, go play that on the stereo system, set speaker output via switch to zone 4, outdoor loudspeakers. Make sure you return it back where you found it before 1730. If the CD is scratched, inform me immediately.
I to give to Daniel Z Cryptor, Daniel Zarrakan, to play the music, also to tell him to return it to you by 1730.
Okay, Chris. Mark Zaniels, I gotta head to the washroom. For what? Corey Zanders. I am not going to use the toilet or urinal, but I need to use the sink, Mark. Okay, if you have an electric cordless shaver on hand, make sure the batteries are charged up, if you need to shave, as I to head to the washroom too, but spray the Trex Breeze since Hydrox is undergoing Operation Bumblebee as he is with Mark X Cryptor, Mark Zarkshaw, as they are also with Soro. Bradley, Casper, and Skittles with Chubb, Sean T, Daniel and Mel T as they to get Easter suppliers for the event latter half of the week ahead. Mark X Cryptor's brother X Gaming Sivo is spectating the esports match and viewing party, Valorant Masters 2024, at Digi Square ElitoSat. Genji takes on Sentinel.
Gene Gopher versus the Sentinel?
That is unlike the Genius Gopher and the Sentinel, characters in the newest book during story time after lunch, as the story does not end well, leading to the Sentinel manifest to an entire area run by the Sentinel, as I recall back in the world of Gaia as NS Cryptor told me, back in 2009, EY 1009, during the Halloween event, Battle of Sentinel vs Overseer, the Sentinel wins. Yes, Skittles, as I Casper wonder on the Sentinel versus the opponent in the latest Sentinel War, well, in video game we never heard of, competing in professional video game competition but in another area.
Yes, as that started after lunch once we begin our story time read by Daniel Harrows. Anyhow bro Daniel Harrows, how did you learn of the esports match schedule, and get the book at Delta 6 this morning devoted to the characters similar to the esports teams? Genji and Sentinel to Genius Gopher and the Sentinel.
ElitoGresp, as I was channel surfing to see what's on as Elito News 24 Deckmill mornings was under commercial break on Elito News 24 Deckmill, as Jinx News mornings on Jinx Television and Jinx 24 was also in commercial break.
I knew it. Ichigo ESK Cryptor knew. My cousin Scott Elito Starkip told me via messaging around 1300. If SEN wins, the Elitopian teams DRBE and ECR to merge to become Elite City Sentinel.
What? Ichiro, when does it get announced? I Melissa T. Cryptor must wonder.
This morning.
Ichubby H. Cryptor must note, at 0800 hours, 50.0 EMT and 1200 TRX this morning.
Yes, as I Mark X Cryptor just finished doing Op BB to Hydrox, as I learned from Max Zarkshaw, just prior to announcement at 0800 as that rang alarm bells to RDK 3000 TriStar seconds toward 0801, and after 1201 TRX, halfway into initial Dino Choi of Choi 50 at 500 Trokans.
8 in the morning? I heard such alarm at 8 o'clock AM regarding alert of esports subject to occur if one esports team won, as it woke me and the squad up prior to alarm clock at 8:30.
Yes, Hydrox. As I Mark Zaniels and Corey Zanders wonder on subject at 0800 hours when the siren goes off at the RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ, but it's not the roll call alarm when our alarm clocks go off at 0800, only to learn of subject once we tune the radios to ElitoGresp radio 100.7, then tune to ElitoGresp, by the way, pardon our new looks. Yes, Mark, as I Corey must note, this sure scares my dog, as I had to take care of the dog when the siren sounds for the esports subject and voice announcement on the other sirens from Thunderscope stating to disregard the siren as that is not an emergency warning siren.
This is we will keep on top of the Valorant and Call of Duty League action, with our roundtable and guests and correspondents covering the viewing party and related actions and events. As we to be taking a programming break as we show the audio stream of one of the esports matches during the programming break. This on the eve of the new CanborTrex-SpinelCountdown duodecimal month countdown of 4th Mesa of KB.SDY 1, 2, 9 or 177, as we briefly hand off to Marky Cryptor and Chris K. Cryptor from Studio RD.
I am Mark E. Cryptor and this is Chris K. Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center over at Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ in Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. This is the esports gamer battles get underway toward the final few dozen minutes to the 4th Mesa of Gunspin Dozy Year 129, or 177 as we are powered up always on all RDK networks, television, radio, streaming and more.
This is we show the countdown clock to the event, on RDKTV viewers, on the bottom, for Barrow viewers, on top right, as we are geared up for the RDK countdown watch followed by RDK 3000 TriStar today. For Barrow viewers, Mel K, Robert J, Mark JP and BWGT to be right back after word from ZGR. As for RDKTV viewers and radio service listeners, RDK countdown watch coverage for the new CanborTrex-SpinelCountdown duodecimal month countdown starts now.
Mark Zaniels, I Corey Zanders tried to message my brother Jared Zanders, he is unavailable. Fera, I got a hold of his colleague Mickey Daniels, he's at DG ElitoNet at Esports Arena section, spectating viewing party of VLR, MST24. We must head to DG ElitoNet but we are not spectating esports, nor head to NYE Central as we to head to Action Skate Park. Okay, Raptor, I love to skateboard but the board and gear is in my car parked in front of DG ElitoNet. We do not have time to skateboard, Corey, we to chat with one of the fellows there. Alright, Mark, as I to get tickets for tomorrow's EWE Monday Night Raw, but after 3 bells. This is we are joined with the fellows from CanborSentreNews over at CanborNet and Kanbor Telemedia headquarters in Kanbor City, who to host the Midnight News, Arthur Amoekin, and Sinabaran Chico, over the feature on CanborNet and KanborATV after 2355 KBTS and 1455 RDK. And Raymond Blake from DG ElitoNet in Elite City behind the RDK main HQ, who went to the Elito NYE Central for latest on the Sentinel and Double G and COD League action plus the viewing parties as we begin with Arthur and Sinabaran first.
I am Sinabaran Chico. I am Sinabaran Chico.
And I am Arthur Amoekin.
The 1.5 dozenal Kanbor countdown is ready for air starting after current programming end on CanborNet and KanborATV after 2355 KBTS and 9.4 Duodec in Kiplion Duodec time, being 9:58 in base 10 numbering as the one for this instance also to kick off Happy New Month KanborTrex of Quartz and KB.P18 as it's devoted to the upcoming event on 8th of Quartz and KB.P19.
This being 8th of April 2024, this for drop the apologies, ElitoBlitz viewers, being 6th Delta EY 1024, to be Kanbor Day.
Phew, close call otherwise auto censor would temporarily mute the audio. Anyhow it's Delta 7, EY 1024, not Delta 6th for April or Quartz and 8th of 2024. KB.P19 as Delta 6th on Elito and Tronic Diamond calendar being April, Quartz and 7th for this year being Tronic Diamond Day.
Thank you for the clarification, Chris, as it to be on 7th Delta EY 1024 and TDE 2001 on the Elto calendar for Iltopolis and Tronic Diamond viewers on RDKTV affiliations, as the countdown sequence to feature the 7 elements of Kanbor D for the big day on 8th of next Kanbor month, in Kanbor Collars, and since there are 2 esports matches in KODL and Valorant Masters on even day of Happy New Month KanborSentreNews month, also include special Easter egg during the countdown sequence.
this being the optic and phase theme and the Sentinel theme elements. By the way, one esports match concluded in KODL Major 2 tournament. The Ultras get eliminated, in lower bracket sub-final, round 4, as sub-winners blank Ultra in 3 straight sets, as they take on loser of upper bracket final in the elimination final, being the AT-Fozzy and the TX-Op teams, to occur at or around the Happy New Month CanborTrex-SpinelCountdown.
This at 2400 kbts, this is elimination final takes place at 0130 kbts and the tournament final at 0300 kbts, this is for the Valorant Masters Final 2024, this at the moment, it's a tied score 1-1, in map 3, Ascent, as in map 1, Genji 1 map, 1 Breeze 13-8, and in map 2, Blind, Sentinel wins map 2 14-12. Map 4 is split, and map 5 if necessary being Icebox. Coverage of this in Kanborder and television within KBTM on KanborNet 3, and within our affiliates on Kanbor 7 Gamer TV under KBSTN.
This also on Elitopian television on ElitoGRESP. As for what those time and KBTS mean to Elite City time, phase and optics at 3 o'clock p.m., elimination final at 4:30 p.m. and tournament finals in CDL 24 Major Bravo at 6 this evening, as I Raymond Blake to take over, as I am at Elito
Raymond
NYE
Blake,
Central.
I do want to apologize, we have to cut in as we have a serious programming alert to pass to you as code VGR is in force. Vero Television is continuing the Silimcast ElitoGRESP. Silimcasting the Valorant Masters 2024 Finals. Gen G and Sentinels as per popular demand, as thus today's VWGT episode needed to be cut short.
The VWGT hosts has been reassigned to cover for ElitoGRESP News 24 Deck Mill with the panel for continued talk and discussion of the matches, in which is similar to subject in Elito Sports Center, in special edition of Esports Center. However, the hosts to be back for tonight's edition of VWGT starting at special time at 1700 hours RDKELC if match ends before then, otherwise immediately after match end. However, it will not be airing on this channel for tonight. Today's and tonight's episode of VWGT Extra and VWG2N Extra is being preempted on Vero Plus for Silimcast of CDL 24 Major 2 Tournament Day 4 Championship Sunday.
Tonight's episode of Virtual World and Gaming Tonight will be only airing on Vero for tonight, as it to return to RDK 3000 TriStar television service tomorrow evening at 1830 RDKELC. This because not only it's the HNM Kanbor Duodec Eve, it's also eve of the Ultimo-Jinxies and HalfYear, as we to showcase the coverage on the events on Jinx 24 of Jinx News, then 24 Elitopian hours, then Elito News 24 Deck Mill tonight as per special request from Jinx 24 and Elito News 24 Deck Mill to RDKTV starting after RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz, then RDK Countdown watch on Countdown to Ultimo-Jinxies and Jinx HalfYear, then RDK 3000 TriStar Today Prime. Ruba K Crypto. Can you please get your radio off the news desk, walk away from the set, and carry it with you? We to be on air soon for RDK 24-hour newsbeat.
Okay, Chris K.
Yay, in fact, do it now.
This is we received alarm. VWGT hosts went behind camera for studio RD en route to exit GR. We learned from Vero, VWGT episode to prematurely end soon, as Vero to air GDLT via ElitoGRESP CyLumcast on ESN and EFZ match.
Richard Condors. I Shawnee Cryptor must take over for now. This as Richard said, thanks to him, as I received word from my cousin Kanbor Cat, for a Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbor D Unit Division, in Kanbor D City, his colleague Rex X Cryptor, week sick learn, that there's watch party of ESN and EFZ match at Kanbor 7-8 Forest Ishlavement next to Kanbor Telemedia main headquarters, as they call as Aldo Sentinels. However, some call it as Wheelto Sentinels, as they use the term being alternate name of Elitopia, Wheeltopolis, or without the WHE prefix, Altopolis, as suggested by Elitopian Travel Board, as we at RDK 3000 TriStar call it as the official name. Elite City Sentinels or the alternate, Elito Sentinels as per usage recommendations from the esports team and the one who manages, EXG Esports. Ahem. We must urgently tell you this, today's VWGT episode need to end, stand by for game they live today via ElitoGRESP CyLumcast on Vero. As for RDKTV viewers, RDKTSR Blitz 2 air up next in 3 minutes at 14:48 as I to see you on RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz.
VWGT, a Vero production, a presentation of Vero, CR 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24, Vero Television, under by Petras EDZ Trinity, part of Petras EDZ Enterprises, a division of Elitotronics Telemedia. Produced in association with ELTXTM with affiliate distribution for Trex Vision 4 by Trex Media and distributed under license by RDKTSP, with ElitoTech and Trex signed for international distribution. CR 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24, all rights reserved. CR 2024, Elite Year EY1024, Trex Year TX.Y24. RDK 3000 TriStar Television Studio Productions. A division of RDK 3000 TriStar. All rights reserved. RDK 3000 TriStar Television Service Programming Alert. Today's VWGT episode Season 2024 Episode 92 gets cut short as Code VGR is in force, as Vero CyLumcast. The following program, Game Day Live today, via ElitoGRESP on the Elite City Sentinels vs Elito Phase Esports match, in which match start is at 1500 hours RDK ELC. The hosts gets reassigned to cover the match as they head to Esports Arena section of DGSELZ as ElitoGRESP requests Vero to air said match. RDK 3000 TriStar Today Blitz to air at 14:48 RDK ELC. Amended programming schedule is now in force. As we show the lineup, as I said, 14:48 RDKTSR Blitz, then at 1700 hours, a TR Newsnet CyLumcast, then at 1736 RDK ELC, Choi 90, 24EH via Elito News 24 Dec Mil CyLumcast, at 1848 or Choi 95 Ito News 24 Dec Mil tonight, then RDK Countdown Watch Delta EY1024, then 2000 hours Quad Zeros RDKTSR Prime. This followed by repeat of Pokemon Knowledge ELP at 2100 hours, RDKTSR Tonight at 2200 hours, sister network coverage of RDKTV Can at 2300 hours, RDKTSRT Kanbor D Mornings then at midnight for RDKTSRT Midnight Edition. This as we learn from Vero, due to the outcome of ESN and EFZ match of the stats pre-merge of ESN, for ECR and DRBE, also EFZ to be a contested esports match, as VWG2N to be preempted as well. Today's airing of VWGT Extra and tonight's airing of VWG2N Extra to be preempted to devote additional coverage of the said match. This on Vero Plus. Coverage of the match within RDKTSR Network on RDKTSR Radio Service 2, on RDKGRESP, General on Alpha, ESN on Bravo, EFZ on Charlie, also on SAP or multi-view of this channel, press audio or magic button on remote. I am Mark E. Cryptor. This is we are nearing 1448 RDK ELC and 1880 TRX, 78.3 EMT on Monday, April 1st, 2024, Pentdiz, Gamma 31st, EY1024, ED091, and Bijoid Aquadios Swift Day, Alpha Quadrix 2nd, TX.Y24. 1,456 MTS, via Trocant 100,045 6 Estaquin Este Gamma 31, TDE 2001, SD091, 1st to 2nd Quartz and KB.P19, LAM 28th to 29th 986 CJE.
I knew it. The Corjotopian New Year coming up, approaching the final 48 hours as we to close out 986 CJE and kick off 987 CJE.
Yes, but we are spending today in Elite City because of Subject to 3 here, Midnight Silver City.
We are broadcasting live and direct from RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline News Center, Studio RDE at RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ at ElitoTronic Street at Elito Square in downtown Elite City, Federal District, Elitopia. The latest headlines this hour. Esports and Gaming. Elite City Sentinels to compete against Elito FaZe in Best of 9 in Tronlerant at 1500 RDKELC in 11 minutes and couple seconds on the RDK timer.
Elite City Sentinels? What is that? New esports team in Elitopian Esports?
Actually, it's a new name after the esports team Elite City Crypters merge with DigiBlitz Esports, as there's Altronic in 1 and Tronic Diamond Esports in the Alpha Zone, Altronic City Sentinels, replacing Altronic City Shock. They compete against Optictronic at 800 Kiotrokans, 12:12 AM Silver City, 3:12 PM Elite City. Our cousin Brian Smith is part of ESN, formerly as Elite City Crypters, in which was merged with Team K Gaming in 2023 with Elite City Shock, in which Brian became part of TKG back in December 2019 once we went to Elite City as you went on solo trip to Kanbor D City back then. Then to Xenopolis City, Xenopolia.
Not only prep is underway for Corjotopian New Year, prep is also underway for the Kiplion Duodec year for KLY.DZ278 or 380 in Kiplion Kingdom and elsewhere, with event in the next 47 hours.
I must note KLYDZ 380, or 278 in duodecimal on even of Corjotopian New Year of 987 CJE on April 3, 2024 at 11 o'clock p.m. SVC this Wednesday night. We begin with a programming alert off the top. For those just tuning in and wondering what happened to today's episode of VWGT or why RDKTSR Blitz starts earlier than usual, today's Virtual World and Gaming Today episode needed to prematurely end over esports match broadcast of Elite City Sentinels and Elito FaZe via Game Day Live Today from Elito GRESP Silimcast on Vero Television.
Good thing we are not in the starter 5 for the esports match, as we to be substitutes. Yes, Trexrex, same as with Kanbor, Richard Kanders. Correct, Ilitatina, as Ikenka, Scott Elito Starkup do remember 1 year ago, concerning fellow in special needs, Casper, who was previously named as Ozzy, thanks to subject in which once we search online, result in pics of said character conducting in my terms, Weru, acts. In which Weru means evil in Japanese, referring to lewd behavior in which gets shown on television, result in subject getting censored, i.e. report on Elito News 24, Decmil and Elito Direct 24, Decmil regarding report on Ozzy renamed to Casper, shows the images via web search from Zoology. Via https://images.zoology.elp on zweb on ZOS 16, gets censored by ElitoTronics Telemedia by the news division when editing the news footage for television. With blur and mosaic pixel hybrid method and black bar with word censored and news correspondent saying that the images are too graphic to be shown on television when correspondent shows that on the computer at the Elito News 24, Decmil newsroom. Anyhow, this as we learn of incident in Monday, March 13th, 2023, Quad Diz, Gamma 11th, EY1023 when Casper gets bullied by some fellow whose niece of Elito GRESP's Mark ElitoTrap and D6 worker Jason ElitoTrap named Eric ElitoTrap, as Eric also physically attacked Casper, in which Casper needed to be rushed to the hospital. This when Chubb and Raptor was working on the Raptor mobile when incident occur, as we also Fera pitched in for assistance. Yes, this as I Trexrex learn, as we met him at the hospital, as incident occur at elementary school, as we met Casper also Skittles and Bradley on March 12th, 2023 at RDK Main HQ, as we met with Casper at the hospital after 11:30 on March 16, 2023 once we give the teddy bear to Casper. I am Mark X Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar. This is his older relative Hydrox, in which I am owner of him, in which Hydrox do remember of event on March 13, 2023 as Casper do have the plushie for over a year, also a model car. And skunk plushie as he heard what you said, in which told me to meet with you, as Milos ElitoStar who's relative of Mark E Cryptor and Scott ElitoStar, gave Casper the new model car, being the replica of the racing car he races, as he is part of Sentinel Performance. Formerly as Zen Racing, in which he was transferred from X Performance. Sentinel Performance. I do note, the racing team have the logo similar to the esports team Elite City Sentinels, and the one for esports in motorsport racing, in which I and Trexrex am part of, Sentinel E-Racing, as we learn, EXG Esports, Elito Explosive Gaming Esports, to be rebranded to EXS. Elito Explosive Synergy Group becoming firm who also manage things outside of esports, as the racing team Sentinel Performance to be part of EXS, and the hockey, basketball, soccer, and baseball team Elite City Elitos, Fera, Firestorm and Swifters as EXS to unravel the new logos for the Elitos. Fera, Swifters and Firestorm, and new baseball, hockey, basketball, and soccer jerseys, also helmets, and equipment. Yes, Kenka. However, I Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor do recall one event on Wednesday, March 13, 2024, 1 year since the incident at 1300 hours. Casper almost was involved in same incident but with several friends of Eric, 12 personnel when he was with Hydrox, Casper, Bradley and Soro. However, there's a child named Jennifer Zikro who's older than Skittles, and their friend, my nieces Rex Zaniels who's 8, Daniel Zaniels who's 13, my elder cousin Smith R. Zaniels, driver of Sentinel Performance, and me, Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels. Raptor when I and my friend and colleague Corey Z Cryptor, Corey Zanders escort the squad for safety as Smith escorted Rex and Daniel for safety as we head to Chicken Hut as we were near the exit, as the 12 fellows fist fight, punched and attacked Jennifer and her other friend Mike Utoki, 7. As the 2 children was beaten to death, as with 4 other fellows who tried to came to stop, when touring Kanbor Telemedia Elitopian Bureau, in which result in facility to go in lockdown immediately after we exit as we were outside at that time and went away swiftly to Chicken Hut. As security contained the incident as the ECPD arrive. The 12 personnels were arrested, as they faced lifetime ban from DG Square Elitosat in RDK 3000 TriStar Main HQ. However, they were tourists from Kanbor D City. They get extradited to Kanbor D Republic as Kanbor D Court sentences the 12 fellows to death. No workers were harmed.
Phew, thank God for swift action to prevent a copycat of incident when you escort me and the squad away from danger at the split-second move as you took us to Chicken Hut to meet with Chubby H Cryptor and his fellows as you talked to him on this.
Yes. This as I Chubby H Cryptor learn of incident by Mark Z Cryptor, as we ordered chicken nuggets and chicken fries for Casper and Skittles and the 3 others when they arrive, as you and Corey plus your relative Smith and his son and daughter ordered things for you and them for late lunch.
Correct, Chubby H Cryptor, as I Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels. Raptor enjoyed the new item at Chicken Hut at that time as it costs 2 Elios 40, 3 Elios 50 in a combo. 2 Elios 40 Elio cents. 3 Elios 50 for a combo?
That is 9 Tronic Diamond Sickles 60 nuts, 14 sickles for meal, compared to 10 sickles per item only, 15 sickles for meal at Chicken Shack over in Silver City, Corjotopia. Anyhow, we got the items at Chicken Hut in Elite City not long ago. As I Scott Smith and this is David Smith as we are visiting Elite City, Elitopia for the day as we depart Silver City, Corjotopia several years ago.
Scott, David, nice to meet you. I am Mark Zaniels, Mark Z Cryptor from RDK 3000 TriStar, your longtime friend, as this is Corey Zanders, Corey Z Cryptor beside. Hey there, what brings you here to Elite City? Also, you should note the Korhatapian New Year to occur on April 4th, 2024, being Delta 3rd, EY 1024 and TDE 2001 on the Elito calendar and TD Cal. Any plans?
attend fireworks show but unsure to spectate in Silver City, or here in Elite City or in Alptronic City. Anyhow, we are here to see Brian Smith, who's part of Elite City Sentinels.
As that is me, Brian Smith. Anyhow, I must tell you this, I'm still part of Elite City Sentinels, but I no longer compete for Spare Team as I work for the Spare Team, also the holding firm EXS Group, as I am part of the media and content creation team of EXS, as I write up the articles and take photography and videos with my colleagues, also write up the blog on the website, also for the racing team Sentinel Performance and also the hockey team Elite City Elites, as I to be assigned to take snapshots and video of the action as told by Elito Trex Hockey Force for this evening's hockey game. They take on opponent at Rex Arena. Puck drop at 7:30 p.m. Elite City, 4:30 a.m. Silver City. They take on against Trexer Shields in ice hockey.
You work for the firm now? Since when?
Yes, since December 2023, or Muri 1023, once I retired from Sports after ELG Game Jam Sports Mania Trex 2023, EY 1023, and work at the firm before the new leader EY 1024 New Year 2024, after Christmas. This is I to report to the arena at 6:30 p.m. as my colleague to take over for me. Anyhow, take note, Elite City Sentinels takes on Elito phase in the next minute as it's 2:59 p.m. as I see the digital clock at the Spirits Arena section where it says 14:59 and seconds ticking.
This is a first to 5, best of 9 in Tron Laurent, part of competition match for ELG Game Jam Esports Mania Suki 2024, EY1024, TX.Y24. Coverage of this match within this network is on RDKGRESP 1, 2, and 3, also on separate audio or multi-view of this channel.
Also coverage on News and Talk View on RDK 3000 TriStar television service, including RDK 3000 TriStar Today, as we have our correspondents covering this also on RDKTSR radio service 1.
Also on streaming, live blog and online plus social, hashtag ESN, VS, EFZ, with our affiliates Elito News 24, Decmil Jinx 24, Elito GRESP, KB News 24 Dec, Kanbornet, ATR Newsnet, and more, covering the match, viewing parties and more.
This is it's nearing 1500 as the esports match gets underway. Now,
game on. Esports match gets underway. Right with the fire bells.
Fire alarm.
Game paused by
Fire
ESN
alarm.
Shaker.
Venus from
Unexpected delay
RDK
as a
paused the
result
game
due
and
to
ESN
fire
Shaker's
alarm.
behalf on
Or
game
Barrow
keyboard
viewers.
mess.
We hand off to
Esports match gets to
RDKTV
be
immediately
just
until this
game.
gets
Oh my
clear.
God.
They have
Fire
details
alarm
on
at
this. ElitoSat. Word from Daniel ETX Crypter.
Whoa, oh my god, you are right, Mark E. Crypter. This just in to RDK 3000 TriStar. There has been a reported fire alarm at Digi Square ElitoSat. This is RDK 3000 TriStar RDK Newsline learned. Occurred at 1500 hours and 0 seconds RDK ELC. As this results in a game pause for the esports match a few seconds into the match by ESN Shaker, but our own Daniel ETX Crypter did action to get ESN attention.
This is Team R3T is coaching toward ESN, as we have to pass you a programming alert as we welcome to the viewers of Barrow. I am Marky and this is Chris K. As we are in code VRD, as Barrow is temporary simulcasting RDKTV, breaking away from Elito GRESP Silumcast due to fire alarm at DG Square ElitoSat as they to return to the match once the alarm gets cleared.
The news banner to be updated from just into news alert to reflect the nature of event as Elito News 24 Deck Mill and Jinx 24 also report this as news alert.
We are joined on the RDK line with Daniel ETX Crypter on the latest on the situation. Daniel?
Well, I have to admit, the PA system has played an announcement stating for us to not evacuate the facility as word from Digi Square ElitoSat Security. State the alarm originated at the lobby, as they review the CCTV footage. So, there's no fire, as the sensors detect false or no returns. Mayan Jared Raystar has told me, cause of this was manual pull. Person yanked at the pull station and yelled April Fools, then went to the exit. This despite Operation Joker alarm program in force for today with public service announcements on print, television, radio and electronic billboards reminding on campaign to deter false alarms, as this fire alarm is believed to be a false one indeed.
I heard the fire bells in which has silenced. You sure it's a false fire alarm?
King Richard Jinkstar told me, it's a confirmed deliberate false alarm, as the person has been caught outside next to Kanbor Telemedia Elitopian Bureau in the fire department, by a dog, as I heard from my colleague Stephen S. Crypter, to be his dog named Quartz, with Elito Diamonds member who detained the fellow who believed to set off false fire alarm at Digi Square ElitoZone. We now learn, the esports match will have to start over and to start at 1512 RDKELC, 800 KTS, 8 o'clock sign.
Muster alarm. Must determine cause of this. I know today is April Fool's, as this must be some prankster on board Elito Swift. Captain, is this real or is this false alarm, being deliberate act as prank?
It's a false alarm, done by prankster as there is no emergency on board Elito Swift. As he said April Fool's once he sounded muster alarm. Some douchebag put on a prank on the Elito Swift, who sent false mayday signal on radio, also played sex sounds on the radio to the Elitopian Navy and Elitopian Coast Guard, set off muster alarm, and dropped the anchor and toggled emergency stop as prank. We had to inform the Navy and the Coast Guard, also Elite City Fire and Rescue plus Elite City Metro Police on such incident, as those are false alarms, as those only to be used for real emergencies, as the prankster jumped off as he was about to go overboard splashing into the river but landed onto motorboat for Elito Diamonds, who rushed to determine the scope of incident as he is being questioned by the fellows on board.
Good thing he gets instant karma by Elito Diamonds in patrolling for Operation Joker alarm as with Elito Force and Elito Shield, as I see the motorboat in Elito Fury. By the way, when does the incident occur?
1500 seconds when someone played sex sounds, followed by other incidents as he finishes by sounding the muster alarm at 1502 and 50, then he jumped off at 1503 and 0, as I do expect a splash ended up a thud. As I learned from fellow from Elito Diamonds, the fool landed on motorboat.
Here's Shaker's brief remarks. Game on. I would like to give shoutouts to the fans who support us, and to the sponsors ZGR and Z Fuel of EXS. Hey Shad, why not get involved in esports for ESN?
Mickey, I do have words for you. I will never take part of Elite City Sentinels. Anyhow, I am Sean Daniels from Elito WX at Elito WX Weather Forecasting Center, as I must take over as Raymond Blake is busy. Anyhow, as Raymond said, this to be a contested and heated esports match going thorough all 9 maps. This is a best of 9, first to 4 Intron Laurent, in the competition esports match in ELG Game Jam Esports Mania Suki 2024, EY 1024. Coverage of the match to be on Elito GR ESP, sister network of Elito News 24 Decmil and Elito WX, part of Elitotronics Telemedia. Also on the radio at 100.70 MHz on the FM band, Elito Gamer Radio 100.7, also, live blog, streaming, and such, with news view on Elito GR ESP News 24 Decmil, on this channel, Elito News 24 Decmil, also on Jinx 24. Also on Elito Money is per financial perspective with closing bell with feature on holding firm EXS this hour. Also online and social, at Elito News 24 Decmil and at Elito GR ESP hashtag, ESN, VS, ESC, as the coverage is sponsored by ZGR, Z Fuel, Elito Games, Xtier Gaming, Elito Cola, Raystar Games, Gamer Corner, and powered by Elito GR ESP. Based on weather forecast for Elite City, to be splendid evening for the outdoor viewing party. But a chilly one, so dress warm. This is the esports match kicks off now as it's toward map 1, as the fellows at Elito GR ESP to cover it throughout the day to Happy New Month Delta EY 1024. And TDE 2001 with 20 choice or 200 key applicants to go as it's Choi 80 in 1512 Elite City. As I said, to be a chilly evening for outdoor esports viewing party in Elite City, temperatures to drop to 8 degrees Celsius at start of HNM Delta, 80 tempos with clear skies, with light wind from the west. As it's currently 16 degrees Celsius with rain and breezy winds, as area is under a rainfall advisory by MSE, but to clear out by 1700 hours ELC, 30 to 35 millimeters of rainfall is expected, sunny and cooler tomorrow. To the southwest, heavier rain is observed on the MSE Doppler radar, as this is part of a cold front moving through, with some thunderstorms to the Elitopian-Xenopolian border towards Xenopolian side. Toward the north and west, we are watching a potent winter storm with heavy snow in central Elitopia moving east to affect parts of Neo-Ionica or further south. To fall as rain as an area of low pressure arrives to Elitopia's west coast to bring unsettled conditions in the next few days. As for the Arctic, quite a cold one and snowy, but they had intense epic auroras in past week. Speaking of it, such amazing pics of the epic auroras on March 24th. This is on said day, at 1000 ELC, there was a G4 severe geomagnetic storm. Being red zone, this 2 solar flare with her 3 orange or 4 red radio blackout and S1 white to S2 yellow solar radiation storm in final week of March. Toward international weather, toward the Kanbor world zone, we are watching a weather system bringing rain and wind with level 1 wind warning for Westchester, in which to move toward mainland Anatolia, to move southeast then east to Kanbor D Republic by April 8, 2024 or Delta 7, EY 1024. 8 quarts in KB.P19 to bring soaking rains and breezy winds even to Kanbor D City. Forecasts are preliminary and is subject to revision in later products. Toward the south to Corgitopia, to be rainy and breezy to the east but balmy and nice for other areas for the Corgitopian New Year's Eve, with a decent night for Silver City Metro to kick off 0987 CJE with clear skies but cool, temperatures of 8 degrees Celsius, light and variable wind. Also decent night for the new Kiplion Duodec year KLY.DZ278 or 380, also in Kanbor D City, Alftronic City, even in Kiplion Kingdom, with decent skies ahead of heavy rain and non-severe thunderstorms in the morning with some stronger storms with gusts up to 70 km per hour. That is all for the weather report. However, we must bring you a quick programming alert, due to the brief flash coverage of the fire alarm event in which disrupts the esports match of ECR and EFC turned out false alarm, at DG Square ElitoZat, in which affects a good chunk of Kanbor Elito Express. The show needed to be preempted as Stephen Elito Kanborda to be back for tomorrow's show. I am Sean Daniels from Elito WX Weather Center, as we hand off to Elito Money Silemcast on Elito News 24 Deck Mills for closing bell.
Welcome to Closing Bell on Elito Money and Silemcast on Elito News 24 Deck Mill. I am Mike GNK over at Elito Money Financial Market Desk. Here's the latest in business headlines and markets with 45 minutes to the close. Stock on ECS DAX DG Square ElitoSat rebounding after false fire alarm as the Elitopian and Xanapalian markets are higher as with the TR DAX after surprise strong economic data at midday.
Kanbor Lazuli and the contact from Kiplion Kingdom. The squad have to wear diapers for the reason, most of the time, they suffer regression and incontinency, as they can't sometimes bringing it under control as they can suffer blowouts from time to time. As they also act like childish like in an age in a proper I8 way, as they are sensitive to certain things including being blackmailed, doxed including leaking the address of RDK 3000 TriStar main HQ in Elite City, Federal District. Elitopia or Eltopolis to outsiders in which should not be shown except via signage at the front of the building and authorized for media or business use, and on its website, in which the management took action to take it down, bullied, harassed, or other insults, etc. as there are punishments from this. Yes, EV, as there are punishments from this over at RDK gone. Anyhow, a warning to the Kanborians, any insult to the squad including threats and insults in video call will result in 2 semana to 1 CanborTrex-SpinelCountdown Duodec temporary ban from RDK 3000 TriStar Kanbor D unit division. And if it ends up severe, then it to involve the Kanbor police as request by Elitopian/Eltopolian police to be tried in Kanbordian court of law since it cannot be tried in Elitopian/Eltopolian court of law or Tronic Diamond Court Council in Altronic City. However, in special instance in Kiplion Kingdom for the Kiplion contact, results in automatic death penalty by Muni or Kiplion guards. Now, I called my friend in the morning on the road on motorway 75 from Reeker when he was stopping at service center to recharge his 2020 TRD Free Zero EV as battery was low as he had to use the DC fast charger. It began to rain hard as he had to seek shelter while to eat out as the lightning struck the electric car while it was charging. The EV was totaled, but the safety system kicked in at the EV charger to disable it, although the battery was caught on fire as a result as the worker saw it. Came to unplug the car and disconnect the electricity to the charger and the ones beside before the fire goes from bad to worse, as another called 888 emergency on the EV fire started by lightning strike that also ruined the EV. Thankfully, it to be covered by insurance, as he to get a new car, a plug-in hybrid hydrogen fuel cell car, 2024 Flex Connex EF cell, with same 3 electric motors and battery on my car, the 2024 Flex Connex PHEV, but only difference on friend's new car being a hydrogen fuel cell stack. While mine have a 1.6-liter turbo inline 3 gasoline engine with flex fueling which also runs on ethanol and a Trextronic 7-speed DCT/mechanical CVT combo automatic transmission with manual gearing mode powering the font with electric motor. As mine have more decent features including available car pod in which is similar to the one on the 2025 Mini EV and gas vehicles. As with the driver side gauges and screen for the front passenger as it's the XSE Premium Limited trim as it's EAWD and engine only front wheel drive as once it rains. System to switch to EAWD as it's currently set to rear wheel drive using the 2 rear electric motors in eco mode as I to drive to Kiplion Street in Elite City, because I heard of subject on radio, to occur at 1400 hours or 750 kilotrokans. As I do also have the clock in the vehicle center display in the carpod display as I just started up my car, as the PHEV battery is full as I refueled in the past week as I to depart from Elito charge as it costs me 80 LEO cents to charge a 32 kWh solid state battery. 3 TD Sickles 20 nudes. It to rain after the Kiplion Duodec year celebrations and before the Korhatapian New Year and Esports match, but the events in the next 80 to 100 minutes are a dozen minutes apart as the Kiplion subject in the next 20 minutes as it's 1340 as I to turn on the radio with my Pocket Mate connected to infotainment in TV mode but in audio as the Z Pocket Mate is in car mode, set to secondary gauge mode showing the hybrid battery temperature, engine temperature, and throttle and brake gauge with Eco Coach, etc.
2 Kanbor Late, 1 KN11, 1 KN6, 1 KN9, 1 KN8, 1 KN7, 1 KN6, 1 KN5, 1 KN2, 1 KN3, 1 KN2, 1 KN1, 0 KN11, 0 KN10, 0 KN9, 0 KN8, 0 KN7, 0 KN6, 0 KN12, 0 KN4, 0 KN3, 0 KN2, 0 KN1. Game on!
This is I, Mark Z Cryptor, Mark Zaniels, Raptor also wish Kanbor Kiplion a happy birthday. As I also saw the eclipse around 15:15 as I to rush to take the elevator to RDK observation deck, then ran up the stairs to the rooftop to see the eclipse as I put on my MZ goggles in which also act as eclipse specs just to see it. Anyhow, who's the opponent? This being Elite City Sentinels. We are however getting short on time for the video presentation as I to bring some remarks including subjects to be featured on the next video presentation, RDKVID 2024.5, but some important notes, epically from Bogey as he said the following: after 5 years, he to step aside, as his enthusiasm for Roblox has waned significantly. The platform's ongoing issues, including the negative spotlight on some creators' behaviors and the lack of meaningful engagement from Roblox itself, have contributed to Bogey's diminished enjoyment. Balancing work, family commitments, and gaming has become increasingly challenging, making it hard to maintain an active presence within our community. Additionally, while there has been progress, the lingering drama from recent times has impacted our group's reputation, albeit gradually improving. This is the characters Bogey E Cryptor and Bogey M Cryptor to be retired, as with the one for R86/64. Bogey V. However, this means in RDK fictional, Bogey E Cryptor and Bogey M Cryptor has since retired from RDK 3000 TriStar, in which negatively affect Team RDK 3000 TriStar Esports, in which they had to withdraw from the tournament, however announce replacement, in which the roster is based from Trex City, Trexland, as that to be lead of RDK Video 2024.5, to be Trex City Trexies, even Trexer, and Chris and the fellows arrived to spectate the Eclipse and the esports match at DG Square ElitoSat. As Elite City Sentinels to challenge on Trex City Trexies, in esports, during the upcoming gaming convention at Elite City Convention Center being held later on in the week as per story date, to April 12, 2024 and lasting through a good chunk of April, being the Elito Gamer Con 2024. EY1024 with the Tronic Diamond counterpart the day after. Anyhow, that is going to be all. If you are new to the channel, do not hesitate to subscribe and click on the bell. Also don't forget to like, favorite, add to your playlists and share. If you need to contact RDKTSR and R8664, refer to the following slides. If you have any thoughts on the contents of the video presentation, have your say in the comments section. Those who spam, leave nasty remarks, or objectionable, lewd, abusive, sensitive or distressing or otherwise objectionable content in the comments section will get their comments deleted. Those who continue may get sanctioned. As stated in the opener, we must remind that sensitive and distressing subjects are disallowed. Due to such acts, we no longer request or include subjective topics after concerns of violence, dangerous acts, and due to respect, as those who request such scenes in question may get rejected, otherwise result in video being unlisted or age restricted to 18+. For inquiries concerning this, get in touch of us. Mark Zaniels, I shaker wonder, why this policy and who requested the policy. Mickey Daniels, this is some of the scenes otherwise distress some of the audience, this is killing the innocent furry in diapers after such abuse by someone who bully after being picked upon it, is one of them, as that is requested by Casper the Skunk.
Yes, as that is me, as I do not want the scenes that would be distressing to me. Anyhow, Trexer, I heard from Casper from Roblox. Any update on the AE86?
Once I head back to Trex City as I to Trex make the subject for you, expect around day of upload of RDKV 2024.4. Anyhow, I am Trexer, continuing what Raptor left off. Unless otherwise stated, this is a work of fiction and takes place in KBE 224 in Kanbor Galaxial Maine. Media used belongs to respective owners. Any additional credits, follow-up, and / or updates to be in video description. Unless if used in any review or editorial use, distribution, and reproduction of work from RDK 3000 TriStar in part or as whole, without permission from us, is prohibited. Copyright, CR, 2024, Elite Year EY1024, Trex Year TX.Y24, EMS 88 MLE, EMY 374.1 ELE, Zickel 126, RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions, a division of RDK 3000 TriStar, all rights reserved. Kanbor 784 content used in RDK video presentation by KB 784 Productions under by KB IP. Roblox scenes used in RDK video presentation by R8664 Studios. I am Trexer, signing off, saying peace out.
Elite City Sentinels shut out Alptronic City Sentinels in second match, ending in a 3-2 match score. The preceding video was a presentation of RDKVSP, an RDKVSP presentation. This has been an RDK 3000 TriStar Video Studio Productions presentation.